Friday, friends. This is your host, Steve. You're listening to Talk from the Rock Room on WRFZ Rochester Free Radio. And today we are going to do another full album listen. And luckily enough, today we are going to listen to Jerry Garcia's 1972 solo LP, Garcia. And this album is unique in the aspect that it has 10 songs on it, 4 instrumentals, 6 songs written by Hunter Garcia. But like the McCartney record, McCartney we did a couple months ago on the show, Jerry plays all the instruments except for drums. Billy Kay from the band, from the Grateful Dead, plays drums on it. But otherwise, Jerry plays all the instruments. You'll hear some pedal steel. You'll hear bass, some organ, some weird sound effects. And basically, the 6 songs written with Robert Hunter are all songs that would later become Grateful Dead standards. Oddly enough, at the Capitol Theater Portchester shows in February of 1971, the Dead had premiered a number of these Garcia Hunter songs. Then Jerry recorded them, I guess, around the summer of 71. And for this album that would be released in 72, it was recorded at Wally Heider Studios. And if you've been with Talk from the Rock Room for a bit, we also did a show on the Planet Earth Rock and Roll Orchestra in San Francisco at Wally Heider, comprised of the David Crosby If I Could Only Remember My Name record, and Jefferson Starship's a number of Jefferson Starship and Paul Kantner and Grace Slick records and all that. Well, this was also being created, but Jerry was doing pretty much everything on his own. So what we'll do, like we do on Talk from the Rock Room, is we'll play the album as it was released, but not really, because we'll insert some deep cut live cuts, which we have to do with Jerry's long storied onstage career, and we'll tell some tales and we'll enjoy some good stuff. So, we'll drop the needle on side 1, Jerry Garcia from 1972, and we'll start off with Deal. And this is a song that, Garcia Hunter song that would, from this day forward, from when it was premiered, I believe on the 19th of February at the Portchester show with the Grateful Dead, it would be on stage throughout Jerry's career with Garcia Band as a set closer and with the Dead, with versions just by the late 70s and into the mid 80s being these explosive, huge, massive versions. So we'll go with the original studio opener for Garcia and kick off things in the rock room and then come back and chat a little bit. So let's get going and enjoy.
Since it cost a lot to win and even more to lose, you and me bound to spend some time wondering what to choose. Goes to show you don't ever know. Watch each card you
Hey now, welcome back to Talk from the Rock Room. We are listening to the Jerry Garcia debut solo album, Garcia, from 1972, and you heard the opening cut deal, as we stated before we played the song, a long-standing standard in the Jerry Garcia band and Grateful Dead set there, and its original studio guys. And coming up next on the album is the song Bird Song. And Bird Song is, you may or may not know, another Garcia Hunter song. Was written after Janis Joplin passed. Janis was close with the Grateful Dead and also was very close with Pigpen. And her and Jerry were close friends and had a lot of mutual professional musical respect for one another and loved each other quite a bit. And this song, Bird Song, was debuted at the aforementioned Grateful Dead Porchester shows, but then Jerry included it on his solo album. And it's a weird history with the song because the Dead played it for a little bit, and then in Europe, '72, their one of the most famous tours of all time, it disappeared from the set, and then it came back in the spring '73, and then disappeared for a while again, and didn't come back until the acoustic sets in 1980. And then it came back electrically in the spring of '81, and then didn't really disappear ever again. And many triumphant, wonderful, soaring versions of Bird Song. So what we'll do, per usual, is we'll insert for the studio, which is great, and search it out if you'd like. But we're gonna put in right away a deep cut live cut. And for today, we'll put in one of the Rock Room's favorite live Bird songs. We'll put in early. We're gonna put in June 22nd, 1973, Vancouver, a quite an expansive version with Keith Godchaux respectively on some really squishy, watery Fender Rhodes. And this was officially released in the Pacific Northwest box set, beautiful. Decorated like they like to do out of the vault. So what we'll do is we'll open the vault up right here in the Rock Room. We'll retrieve this beautiful box set, and we will give you guys a nice extended deep cut live cut Grateful Dead Vancouver Bird Song in place on Jerry Garcia's solo album. Dig.
Sunshine, sing, cry in the dark, fly like a bird within her sing. Oh, I know she sang a little violin that flew on. Tell me all that you know, I'll show you storm and rain. When you hear that same sweet song again, you know why. Anyone who sings a tune so sweet is passing by. Laugh in the sunshine, sing, cry in the door, fly through the night. Don't cry now. Don't
Hey now, welcome to the ship of fools we call Talk from the Rock Room. This is your host, Steve. We are doing Jerry Garcia's 1972 record, Garcia, inserting some fun, rare, live stuff along the way, and that was Birdsong from June 22nd, 1973. Also available on that big, beautiful, ornate Pacific Northwest 73 to 74 Grateful Dead box set. And moving along the first side, made up of 4 Garcia Hunter songs that would also become onstage classics for the Grateful Dead. We're going to play Sugary next. And if you're a fan, you know Sugary, I mean, by 1977, this song had just exploded into 20-minute versions of big guitar fanning and Jerry doing dishes and getting things all frothy and big, explosive, percussive, I mean, just conclusive, definitive, excellent versions along with the slower big Garcia ballads came very powerful. Before I go off on that, we're going to listen to the original Garcia playing every instrument except for drums, Sugary, and then close side one with another classic, Loser. And again, these were all debuted in February on stage with the Grateful Dead, and then Jerry went in and did this album. Warner Brothers, when the Dead, you know, they weren't big, but Truckin' was a #1 hit in Turlock, California. So Warner let each member make a solo record if they wanted to. Bobby Weir made Ace, which was basically a Grateful Dead record, and Jerry did this to, like he said, to delve into his own want and to get weird. So after we play Loser to close the first side, we'll flip the side over and get really weird for a suite of freak out music that Jerry was speaking of. And also it envelops probably the most beautiful Grateful Dead ballad in their catalog, and another second set classic will end Jerry's record. So let's dig in. Thank you for joining me. Right on. Here comes some hot tamales.
Your poor body down. Just one thing I ask of you. It's just one thing for me. Please forget you knew my name, my darling, Sugary. Shake it, shake it, Sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. Shake it, Sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. You thought you was the cool fool, never could do no wrong. You had everything sold up tight. How come you lay awake all night long? Just one thing I ask of you. It's just one thing for me. Please forget you knew my name, my darling, Sugary. Shake it, Sugary. have to stand out in the pouring rain. One last voice is calling you, and I guess it's time you go. Just one thing I ask of you, it's just one thing for me. Please forget you knew my name, my darling, sugary. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell 'em that you know me. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell 'em that you know me. Well, shake it up now, sugary. I'll meet you at the Jubilee. And if that Jubilee don't come, maybe I'll meet you on the run. Just one thing I ask of you, it's just one thing for me. Please forget you knew my name, my darling, sugary. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell 'em that you know me. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell 'em that you know me. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell 'em that you know me. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell 'em that you know me. If I had a gun for every ace I've drawn, I could arm a town the size of Abilene. Don't you push me, baby, 'cause I'm only alone. And you know I'm only in it for the gold. All that I am asking for is 10 gold dollars, and I could pay you back with one good hand. You can look around about the wide world over, and you'll never find another honest man. Last bad deal in the country, sweet Susie. Last bad deal in the town. Put your gold money where your love is, baby. me, baby, 'cause I'm mourning low. Well, I know a little something you won't never know. Don't you touch hard liquor, just a cup of cold coffee. Gonna get up in the morning and go. Everybody's breaking and drinking that wine. I can tell the queen of diamonds by the way she shines. Come to daddy on Inside Straight. Well, I've got no chance of losing this time. Well, I've got no chance of losing this time. Well, I've got no chance of losing this time.
Hey, welcome back to Talk from the Rock Room. I hope you enjoyed that pair of tracks to close the first side of Jerry Garcia's debut solo album, Garcia, from 1972. You heard Sugary and Loser, both Garcia Hunter songs. And like I told you before the break, now it's going to get weird. We flipped the record over. And side two is basically Jerry indulging in his own musical fantasies as we get a suite of songs, Late for Supper, Spider Goud, and Eep Hour. This is a blended, it reflects kind of the space sensibilities, more experimental side, which I'm sure some of you will absolutely love. And we'll start things off with that. And after those three songs, we'll come back and talk about it more. Stuck right in the middle of this musical maelstrom of psychedelic cowboy music, for lack of a better term, is To Lay Me Down, one of the most beautiful Grateful Dead ballads, as I mentioned earlier, to exist. And Robert Hunter wrote the lyrics to that song, believe it or not, in one day. He wrote Broke Down Palace, To Lay Me Down, and Ripple at one sitting. And that's just too much. And we'll talk about that a little more. But let's do the opening triad of experimental music from Garcia, Side B, 1972, and Talk from the Rock Room. Psychedelic. All right, now welcome back. That was a hoot. And you're listening to Talk from the Rock Room. I'm Steve, Jerry Garcia's debut solo album, 1972 Garcia. I'm going to hurry through here because I want to have enough time to finish up the second side of the record. You're going to hear To Lay Me Down, a song played a handful of times by the Grateful Dead, and then later on played more often, but when it was played, it was always special. This is the debut crystalline version, To Lay Me Down. And then we're going to hear a little bridge called An Odd Little Place. And the album will close with The Wheel, which would never appear on stage with the Grateful Dead until 1976. And then it would become a standard in second sets, a nice connecting song and a beautiful message from The Wheel. This is Steve Lewis. You're listening to Talk from the Rock Room. TalkFromTheRockRoom.com, WRFZ, Rochester Free Radio. Throw them a donate if you dig what you're hearing. I dig that you're listening. We'll see you next week. I want to get through the rest of the album. I hope you enjoyed this. And thanks again. And I hope to hear from you. Take care. Rock and roll.
To lay me down once more, to lay me down with my head in sparkling clover. Let the world go by, all lost in dreaming. To lay me down one last time, to lay me down, to be with you once more, to be with you. With our bodies close together, let the world go by, like clouds are streaming. To lay me down one last time, to lay me down, to lay me down, to lay me down, to lay me down one last time, to lay me down. to lay me down one last time, to lay me down, to lay me down one last time. To lay me down, to lay me down, to
Thank you.